OMAD fast-breaking meal. So I've been doing double fasting today. I've been fasting for 30 hours, and I've been not sleeping for 30 hours. So I put a marathon stream today. I've been exercising. I did 3 sets of bicep hammer curls on Twitch. I did initial 4 sets of hammer curls on YouTube. I've been very active. So don't believe people that teach you gotta eat carbohydrates all the time to have energy and perform athletically. I've been fasting more than 30 hours, didn't eat for more than 30 hours, I didn't sleep for more than 30 hours. But that's nothing new. I've been doing OMAD fasting more than 20 hours, eating 1 time per day for more than 5 years now. 9 out of 100 days. 90 out of 100, 900 out of 1,000 days, 300 out of 365 days a year for 5 years straight. OMAD fasting, consistent with that. So, those that have been watching my videos before know that I'm all about supplements, okay? I'm a firm proponent and believe in supplements. And I take a lot of supplements. Now this month, I've been shopping on a budget. I have less money and I'm on more of a budget, a more tight budget. So this month, I had more expenses and I had to cut down on the supplement list, okay? Now I did take a liposomal vitamin C sachet right before going live here. This is, what type of vitamin C do I take? I take 2 forms of vitamin C. Those that know me know that I'm all about vitamin C. I'm big on vitamin C. What type of vitamin C do I take? Pure ascorbic acid powder, which I buy on Amazon. What is ascorbic acid powder? It's vitamin C. Vitamin C is ascorbic acid. Ascorbic acid is vitamin C. So I buy pure vitamin C powder on Amazon. Acido ascorbico, sapore puro is the Italian brand. A lot of times if I look for the cheapest supplement, it'll be from an EU country. It'll be Italy or Germany or something like this. So I take 2 forms of vitamin C. I take liposomal vitamin C, liposome encapsulated. What brand? Alternate C, aka Livon Labs liposomal vitamin C. I take 1 of these a day. At times I've taken more than 1 a day, like 2 in a day, or even 3 in a 24-hour period. That's the point. I take 2 forms of vitamin C, and that's a non-negotiable. I take 2 forms of vitamin C, multi-gram amounts of regular so-called vitamin C, ascorbic acid, which I source from Amazon. I buy kilo bags of ascorbic acid on Amazon. Well, sounds crazy, ascorbic acid. I don't know about supplements. Ascorbic acid is vitamin C. Vitamin C is ascorbic acid. So I less than a week ago, I received a kilo bag of vitamin C powder from Amazon. Sapore Puro brand. Sapore puro, a tavola, mangiare, spremuta di arancia. Che cosa? Spremuta di arancia is how to say orange juice in Italian, by the way. So I think that's pretty cute. So, okay, people are like, oh, but Mike, I have orange juice. Spremuta. I'm getting a call and I'm not looking to talk right now. I'm middle of a video. So it's like, okay, I was hearing the cancel call button. So yeah, sprumuta di arancia, tavola. It's me, Mario, okay. Oh, che cosa? Mangiare means eat, to eat, okay. A tavola, like at the table. Mangiare a tavola, le sprumuta di arancia, okay. Paolo Roberto. So maybe there's a guy called Paul Roberto, retired boxer, Italian American retired boxer called Paul Roberto. He's got a YouTube channel. He was a celebrity name, and he's now, what is he? He's an ABC list celebrity. He's a person who's streaming live on YouTube. I'm getting the call, okay? You're gonna have to hold on. Yeah, so there's speak of Italian, there's a guy, a retired ex-pro boxer. So you have African Americans and Hispanic American. So he's a Italian Swedish person. So he's not ethnically Swedish, but he's a citizen of Sweden. So he's an Italian. He's got a YouTube channel. Okay. And he's a YouTube and influencer now. I don't know if he has 30, 90K, how many followers he's got. But he's not super huge. And he used to be like a household name in Sweden, where he'd be on morning news, one of these people in the morning news sitting in the couch talking to the people, and he has some scandals and stuff, so he's still somewhat relevant. And now basically his main thing, Paulo, is societal commentary, where that's commentary about the woke agenda, liberalism, and Sweden, and here's what's wrong with Sweden. You know what really grinds my gears? Type of content. You know what really grinds my gears? The liberals want to raise the tax again or something like this. So he's got a YouTube channel, and he's a chef. He owns a restaurant, and he's a retired pro boxer. So ex-pro boxer, currently retired. And he stays fit. So what is his YouTube channel? He's got fitness content, exercising. He talks about his diet, what he does, what he doesn't do. He does commentary on Swedish politics and stuff. And he had a few fights. So maybe one of these days he gets me triggered. I had to make a round and challenge him to battle the YouTuber's boxing match. Okay, I'm a welterweight. I wonder what Paul Roberto is, if he's a featherweight or a welterweight. But I walk around being a welterweight or so. I'm a welterweight. So if you know the Jake Paul fight, these big battle YouTube videos. Okay, so it's like, I guess we can have a freak show match, Paulo. Be like, Paul Roberto comes out of retirement, fights a no-name guy with no record, amateur professional, and it's like a wild shot, a shot in the dark, like a freak show match. Where it's like the Jackass, it's like the wee man fights Hongman Choi or something like this. Do you understand? The Korean giant. Wee man from Jackass fights Hongman Choi or something like this. Now it's not gonna be that, because if you were both the same weight class, we both make weight, we pick gloves, 12-ounce gloves, 6, 4, whatever. Heck, I even do bare knuckle I'll be less handsome than a thorough bare knuckle match. That's the point. We're not getting into the aggression here, but it's like sometimes I like to kind of game plan things out, and like I wonder how that will go. I will bet on myself. If Paul Roberto came out of retirement right now and had a boxing match with me, I bet on myself. I will bet on myself. Okay, I will bet on myself winning the match. So yeah, he's still athletic. He's in good shape. I think it's 50 plus. Okay, I'm 36. Ripped with a 6-pack. So anyway, that's the point. Now, okay. Now, as he started up being a boxer, I've seen him, he trains MMA. So it's not a one-trick pony, really, to give him his due. He was a legit pro boxer, retired. He's 50 plus now. And I've seen him do MMA training, kicks, taekwondo kicks, Muay Thai. He's got videos in gym sparring Muay Thai. I've seen that. And he also sported a DN reporter. Paul Roberto sports a DN reporter. So he sport a news media guy, like a newspaper reporter. And maybe it was the newspapers that be writing, like scandals on. Okay, I don't know. That's the point. So, Paul Roberto versus Mike Sai, who would I bet on if he would have bet on the YouTubers? I'm a welterweight. If he's a welterweight, the gloves, 6-ounce gloves, or 12. Who would I bet on? I bet on myself. Okay? He's a pro boxer, yes. He's retired a few years. I'm 36, ripped James with a 6-pack. Okay. And I don't know. He's in good shape, 50 plus. And he's athletic. I don't know if he's on HRT or TRT or something. So we have to give you saw that a test and we have fine. But I will bet on myself. Okay, I will bet on myself. We're not talking about him in his prime versus me today, which I'm still in my prime, for example. So, okay, athletic prime. Okay. And a guy who's never had a boxing match, a professional one, versus retired pro, 50 plus years. But of course, it's not that, oh, looks unfair, man. You're talking about beating up old people. He's 50 plus. He's an ex-pro boxer. I'm 36, no record. I haven't fought an amateur match or a boxing match. It's like if you would take a fight with me as a battle of the YouTubers, it's like I bet on myself, what I said. I bet on myself. So anyway, that's the point. We're getting kind of sidetracked 10 minutes into it. So before 15 minutes, we'll start with the meal prep. So this will be a meal prep. I'm mega also supplements. That is what I was talking about. I got off into Italian angle. So I take 2 forms of vitamin C. I take multi-gram amounts of so-called regular vitamin C, ascorbic acid. And the other form, what is the other form of vitamin C? Liposomal encapsulated vitamin C and vitamin station. And often see the for liposomal vitamin C. That's another type of vitamin C that I take. So, and once I start, I never look back. Understand? No man putting his hands to the vitamin C plow, looking back is fit for the kingdom of great fitness. Okay, so once I got into mega dose of vitamin C, I never stopped with vitamin C mega dose. The only time I haven't taken multi-gram amounts of vitamin C per day is if I haven't been able to. Like I ran out of vitamin C, I ordered another bag, I'm waiting for delivery, or it's like I went to a psych ward for a short amount of time. I got a lot of stories on that from my podcast. It's like something that's different. Not every person can do a podcast talk about when they got put in a psych ward section for 36 hours or something. And swollen. So swollen and then in a psych ward. So this is like a story as far as I'm concerned. So I got it, at least I got some good stories. Some of the things that happened in my life is like were not pleasant. It's like I got a story out of it. I'm milking the story for everything it's worth, like I said. It's like it'd be the same story told like 60 times across the time. So it's like you tell like the 10% of the story, and then you tell another side of the story you tell the first time. So you can make a good story last forever. Okay. So, so it's the point. Yeah, so I take 2 forms of vitamin C, alternate C, liposomal. They're not paying me. If I go cold steel video reviews, they're not paying me. If I talk about alternate C or Dolphin filter pulp is what I use, they're not paying me to do this. And it shouldn't be that hard of a sell. I got 3K subs, okay? So it's like, why would it pay me to show the product? It's that if I had 300,000, maybe then they reach out to me, but hey man, we heard you like a product, we should send you some free ones for you to show in the video for me to poop on. That's a great video you got for me to poop on, okay? See, that's a great video you got going on there for me to poop on, okay? After all, dog puppet, okay? So anyway, that's the point. I'm all about supplements. Now, once I discovered no stockpot from Marco Pierre White's cooking show, I stopped taking all the supplements. I'm not buying any more supplements. No more vitamin C, no B complex, no nutrition. And all I do is I get breakfast for champions. I get up in the morning, I keep on no stockpot. I crumble a little bit into my morning coffee. Drink and I'm good to go. I don't like doing something on it. And then no supplements needed, just no stockpot all day. I didn't choose to put no stockpot in my morning coffee. It made the decision itself. So it's the point. No meal is really complete without no stockpot. Okay? And that's like a whole meal where it's like Marco Pierre White is a star chef, a Michelin star chef, and he handed over his stars. He retired graciously, you could say. Like they didn't take him, he decommissioned. He went, I'm giving up I don't want the stars anymore. So okay, so it's like a fight ending on a winning streak or something like this. I don't know what you have to do for the Michelin people to come and take their stars from him. Understand? Like if somebody killed the rumors that he made a bad omelet being hung over or something like this at home. It's the point. Yeah, so that's obviously joking. Okay, I didn't switch from no stockpot from supplements to no stockpot. Okay. No, I don't have a problem with no stockpot, but I'm saying it's not everything that it needs. Okay. So as far as cooking goes, it might be useful, but for supplements, it's not a supplement. So anyway, in this video, I'm intending to show you the meal prep. So I didn't get the Amazon package yet with the complete rinse powder. So I like to order. No, this month I bought chlorella spirulina tablets rather than the powder. So 50-50. Chlorella spirulina tablets on Amazon, organic 50-50. As opposed to the regular organic greens powder. blend, where it's wheatgrass, ballgrass, spirulina, moringa, kale. Okay. So economically made sense to buy spirulina tablets because it's the main ingredients I'm looking for. When I bought the greens powder mix, it has spirulina, but I'm really looking for the chlorella spirulina, and 50-50. So milligrams of chlorella spirulina. Raw is like the return, how much money am I spending, how many milligrams spirulina per dollar. It made sense I bought a tablet, separate from Amazon, the spirulina tablets. And I could put that in my super shake if I want. Maybe I get a more than peso and grind them up and I can pour them into a super shake if I don't want to take them as just tablets. So I'm big on mega rosy supplements. Those two, the know me know that I'm mega rosy supplements. I haven't been eating. This is a double fasted state. I haven't slept or eaten for 30 plus hours. Okay. And if people, it might find hard to believe. I've been dieting 18 hours instead of 24 hours. Exercising, bodybuilding. I've been doing all kinds of stuff to be productive. And it's like, I understand that to other people it might be like a big difference. Like, how could you do it? Not sleeping 30 hours, not eating all day. This is different. I'm built different. Okay, because the person building me is very different than the average Joe. So the person been building me up, guiding me to all truth, teaching me how to possibly be in health, is the Lord God Almighty Himself. Understand? Just such a good little tenor. So it's about being built up in Him. So I don't know. I've been a Christian. I haven't been a pew warmer, understand? I haven't been in church. I got saved when I was 20 years old. I'm 36 now. It's a question. Okay, so it's a point. What's that about? So I got saved when I was 20 years old. Okay. And how I believe in life, I've had a remarkable life, like an adventure journey, where rare life, okay, like Neil the Matrix, the They Live guy, the guy that they leave me with the glasses, or Django Unchained. That's been my life. I got saved and everything's changed. I started seeing the truth. I became another truther. After I got saved, it's like quickly I gained a newfound sense of discernment. See? When I was a lost person, I spake as lost person, thought as a lost person, I proceeded as lost person. Okay. So when I got saved, after that everything's changed. And I started waking up to health fitness things slowly. I started waking up to conspiracy truth. I started waking up to now like an inside dog and things like this. It's like the They Live guy or Need the Matrix got unplugged. So the Matrix movie, my DECODE is Neo is a Christian. If an enemy being Christ is a new creature. So the hidden and the scene with Morpheus, red pill, blue pill, that's Holy Spirit illumination and gospel hearing. Where what the teaching, the subplot of the Matrix movie is Neo, David Keanu Reeves. Morpheus represents God, okay? So first of all, what does the Bible teach? People seek the truth, they find it. So there's light in reality, and somebody seeking truth, seekers end up getting saved sometimes. Somebody ends up being saved, but having a moment at night, contact with immortality. There's a lot of people got saved like this. So what if these Christians have heard that God is real and heaven and hell is real? Understand? A young man, maybe 17, is better think about this. And it's like, that's possible collision. I start to feel how it could be real. And if it is, it's like, what is my stand on it, good terms? Now this is a human's heart is starting to warm up to the truth and desire spiritual truth. And God can help the person to come across a gospel tract or even inspire Christians to end up solving maybe the person lives in. Now that's all not automatic. It depends on Christians serving the Lord or not. If they're listening to go and preach the gospel to the preacher. So I teach them supernaturally, see. The supernatural is real. So a person who's seeking the truth, God can make them come across the gospel. I had a Jew, okay, or did he have me? That's a question. A trash talker. And it's like a mascot, where it's like he's a gold trophy. It's like my trophy, not white, he's a trophy Jew. So it's like a mascot for my scholarship. It's a Jew, got him saved, okay. So this guy became a Christian, he's a Jew. So that's a gold trophy, so you got like a soul, gold, silver, bronze. You run in the race of soul winning. As far as I'm concerned, like a Jew soul that I soul captured. Okay, and it's like, and I have his soul in my knife here, so it's like oblivion, it's enchanted now. And you give me like at least 60 good wax extra power to that, plus 10 poison damage. It's okay. I'm being facetious, that's jokes, cool jokes. Oblivion, they have like a dynamic where you can be like a magician in the video game, and you can like kill a rat, get the soul of it, and like a great, if this soul is too great to fit in the soul gem, you have to get a bigger soul gem. But there's like a soul gem, there's like, you capture a creature's soul, put it in the soul gem. Now you can use the soul gem to like charge a sword or something like this to make it have special effects, okay? So basically, David Goggins, if I could get his soul, I feel like that would be one of the souls that it would be, okay, that'd be one of the souls that might be the best ones. I'm being facetious, but basically, I don't like to forget to remind people I got a Jews saved today. I feel like that's significant. Okay, I feel content about that. You got a guy saved, not any guy, he's a Jew. And the Bible is a lot. Paul said, I might heart's desire prayer for Israel that might be saved. See? And he wished he was accursed himself for his brethren. So I think Paul is in heaven applauding if you can. And be like, well, he's a Jew to God saved. See? The Bible was like, this his heart's desire for Israel to be saved. Then that's the guy that God saved is a Jew. I think, Joey, that's exactly what I wanted. And I'd like them all to become like that way. And we should live all together, not only almost be as I am, but I save these bonds. So that's the point. Yeah, so Edward Cashtalker told me, and I can't guarantee everything he says is always true 100% because he's a human retaining sin nature observation. So, but he told me once in a podcast. So, long story short, we become friends, we start hanging out, I'm a guest on his podcast, his streams, and vice versa. We had some issues, but eventually gets to the point where he got the gospel preached and he said he believed it. So I don't have a reason to go like, I'm not sure. He said, I preached the gospel to him, I asked him a few times we're going to heaven. He says that he's sure to heaven. Why? Because Jesus' blood, his blood, he died for us. It sounds like a person who could have gotten saved for real, okay? So, and I asked him once, I talked to him. And as I remember, he told me once that before he had gotten saved and met me, he was praying to God, asking, what do you want me to do, or what do you want me to believe, or something like this. Okay. Now, you don't get saved by calling. But if that was correct, my memory serves me right, and his words are truthful, there will be an instance of passive volition where a person is, and calling has no part of salvation. So if a person is seeking the truth, thinking like I want to know God or something, and they're real in the heart, or they're saying it, it's like God doesn't answer prayers to get saved. But if someone's like, God, if you really want to know you or something, possibly God can respond to that by making the guy come across on YouTube. It's got to be a gospel to preach it to him. God in his providence is all Lord will know everything ahead of time. The time I was like, this guy desires the gospel. I know that if I make Mike Sack come across him, Mike Sack will start preaching the gospel, and I know that eventually Ed will choose to believe the gospel, preach something. So I'll be like a divine matchmaker, help this guy to come across Mike on YouTube, and they become buddies for a while. And I know that this day the guy will end up believing the gospel. See? Which might be hard for people to believe. Man of science, man of faith. Why is it so hard for you to believe? Why is it so easy? It's never been easy, I understand. So this is last episode. So here's the point. My point is this. So the Matrix movie Decoded, okay? What am I talking about here? The truth, the movie, the truth. And I'm contrasting, I'm connecting the dots. So I'm telling you, first of all, bulk of my argument. The Matrix movie, even telling you the truth. Subplot. Neo is a Christian. He got saved, woke up with the Matrix. Now he goes to Zion, and he comes out from want to be separate, and he lives differently. And he doesn't live for pleasure in the state and the system that he's eating for amino and vitamins and everything in the body needs. There's many things. We are not allowed to draw back like Cypher, like the Jews were not draw back on the condition. They had leaks in Egypt. It was better in the making system in Egypt. We had leaks and stuff. And now we have this, like Cypher, I know it's fake. He's been said he's joined the same people. I know the matrix system, the steak is fake, but I want to go back and eat the steak. That's a reference to the Jews in the Old Testament after being delivered from bondage. They decided to go back again. We had it better in Egypt, and it's the food scene. So that's Cypher in the Matrix movie. We're not talking about Cypher, the cyborgs like the Golden, who recently got taken by ISIS or what it is. He recently showed up asking, that's the only reason I know that happened to him. That he got arrested, apprehended again. There's our tip drop. I don't have any problem with cyborgs. I know that he's like a local, a lot of people hate him. I didn't see anything that makes me feel like he's a superhero person. I see a person who's learning disabled with mental issues and physical issues. And it's like, oh, it looks like bullying, like face value. It's a guy who looks weird and is short and small, and everybody's picking on him. Okay? And he's not all there, maybe mentally. Okay? So I don't know, I've heard people say he's this bad thing, that bad thing. Now, quite possibly he's subject of entrapment. I've heard somebody say this, like his bad was the girl on Facebook, so for this, that was pretending to be somebody else. It's like, let's try to get people with a sub-65 IQ to entrap them to get them to make bad decisions, and then build other person's bad. I don't see the morality in that. But the guy itself is definitely not on there, understand? He's learning disabled. He's got something that's like really, he's not the sharpest tool in the shed. And it's like that guy, let's try to get him entrapped and get like have trolls and catfish on the internet come talk to him. So you go, he's talking to this person. He said like a catfish. They understand. So from what I've seen, it looks like it could be that type of stuff. So Cyrex, I don't get like really the hate. Cyrex, from what I've seen, okay, and I'm not God, so I don't see everything. Okay, so now anyway, Cyrex. It's like I have some degree of empathy. It might be some for the decrease of empathy that I find out about. Like, oh, okay, I get it now. Maybe, but I feel for the guy. Understand? He's got something going on, and he's not doing that well. So I would recommend that he looks into my supplements if he's free again, and it can help him to see some relief from his suffering, because he's clearly dealing with stress, anxiety, cortisol, all kinds of stuff, and possibly he look into. I'm not going to do disclaimers, so it's like I believe I can teach him how to improve. Nice point. Matrix movie, the DECODE. Okay, so Neo is a Christian. The hidden movie subplot, Matrix movie, is Neo is a Christian. So what you're seeing is he starts out being a seeker. Now he's a lost child of Satan, walk after the prince of the power there, who has been blinded. See, so the Matrix movie is like they're all blind, living in law land until illumination happens, and they see the world as it really is. See, that's part of the movie. Holy Spirit of nation, and he when he's come, he will put the world of sin, righteous judgment, and since it is. And if the God is what has blinded the minds, they believe not. So it's like before Mr. Anderson become Neo, which is a Christian, he's blinded in the world system, and he has just his legal, physical, carnal identity. He's born a person like everybody else in society. He's got an ID card and a social security number, and he's a guy like everybody else. It's an average Joe, okay? It's Mr. Anderson, common name. And he's not seeing the truth. He becomes a seeker. It's like, I know you're out there, the truth is out there, or something like this. I want to seek the truth. It's like, I want to know the truth of this. And someone goes for the white rabbit. And it's like a knock on the door, okay? I don't think you can throw me, trick me. I'm going to be like, oh, my life's new. But it's like there's a knock on the door. What's that? That's the seeker want to know the truth. That's his heart. And this people show up, which I think symbolize in the movie, the knock on the door about the nightclub, symbolize like Christian soldiers, like David Burst, Stephen Anderson, people that go on the door knock, like, hey, sorry, so do you like to hear about Jesus or something like this? So that could be what happened there. We're seeking the truth, and he ends up having soldiers go to the store, symbolized by like just some people invite him to nightclub, okay? And where he's introduced to the Trinity. Seeking the truth, I know the truth is out there, and it's like for the white rabbit, with the lights are around towards the end of the earth, day after day, out at night, okay? The visible things of him are clearly seen, so it's like this truth in reality that lost person can stop responding to. You look at this guy, it's like, start to feel like God is real. And if they keep responding positively to the light that he's already shared with them, they end up getting forgotten. Like there's so many things to explain that you call the job, explain all the ins and outs of that. It's not have people be. So it's like I'm focused on speaking the truth, cut and dry. So here's the point. We get into nuts and bolts later, the wing nuts. It's the point. So he starts speaking the truth. There's soldiers invited somewhere. He's introduced to the Trinity, the Christian Godhead. Later on, he meets Morpheus, and now that's a gospel presentation, full illumination. See? It's like you have a choice, the red pill or the blue pill. If you pick the blue pill, go back to sleep, and everything else. You pick the red pill, I showed this, I did the red pill goals. That is scene, that scene decoded, cipher. It's Morpheus represents the Christian God, the Holy Spirit, God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit, 301. And he gets a choice. His eyes have been opened. See, both illumination. He sees the truth. He's the scales have been lifted. He's not saved yet, but he can see the truth, and you are a slave, he gets told. See, what is that negative truth told to him? And I tell this in Holy Spirit illumination, which is like, for all have sinned and come from the Lord God. So his spirit says, you are a slave. It's like, and it's like, that's not a negative truth about it, which the Holy Spirit reproves the world with sin, righteousness, and judgment. So what is your slave? It's a negative thing, but which is the Holy Spirit works out. You live with one unbeliever, you are a lost sinner. And the Bible teaches lost people their whole life in bondage to fear. So here's the point. He's illuminated, he sees his problem, that gets revealed to him, illumination. And he has a choice. The red pill symbolizes faith in the blood atonement. See, the blood of Christ, the blood atonement. So you can refer to the way of salvation as the blood atonement, or faith in the blood atonement, receiving the blood atonement, which means Christ paid for the sins of the world with his blood. His shed of blood culminated in his death. He was buried or saved from the dead. Where you go, he died the blood of death. So he shed his blood for the sins of the world, died for the sins of the world. So that is the symbology of that scene, DECODE. Holy Spirit illumination. Mr. Anderson has his eyes open now. Negative truth, like you're a sinner. Okay, now you see you're a sinner. Next, you can choose to pick the red pill right after, which would be faith in the blood of Christ, the blood atonement, see, fish of Christ. He picks the red pill. Later on now, he's neo-feudalism, neo-globalism, neo-cons. The word neo, and for another word, that's a compound word. You combine neo, means new, a new form version of something, new basically. You can read new, kind of a little bit loosely, but it fits. Neo-Nazis, that's a bad thing. Like new era Nazis, it's like contemporary, not old guard, but it's new, okay? So he's called Neo now. Therefore, if any man be in Christ, I told you the scene, we get the revenue, he becomes Neo, symbolizing him getting saved. Now he's saved. Therefore, if any man be in Christ, he's a new creature. All things have passed away, all things become new. But he's a Christian now. See? And then you see him walking by faith. And here's the thing, it's never going to be exactly accurate to reality, because they reference things in the whole movie. I've also made a DECODE, the deep layer of no conforming movies, the world is a Christian too. And that takes a little bit of talk about, I'm not doing that right now. So we focus on this movie. So now he walks by faith, not by sight. The Lord makes him like David or me, having learned all the self-taught martial arts systems, self-taught to learn like in there, and having remarkable speed. See, it's like he's a Christian now. Blessed be the Lord, my strength, teach my fingers to fight, my hands to war. So now he's abilified to do all kinds of stuff. He has abilities now he didn't have. So he's able to do things that he just can't do before. So okay. So and he can dodge bullets stuff. Now it is not that you get saved and to dodge bullets or something like this. You got counter. But it's like God is the same day, same tomorrow. So the same God that empowered Samson, that gave David the ability to be able to do what he did, and all these other things. He still has the power to enable a saved person to be able to walk by faith and accomplish great things. See? And it's not that everything is, you don't want to be too clear. It's like, yo, I'm going to be dodging bullets or something for this. No, not necessarily. But you can perform things that you can never do. You can accomplish things and do things empowered by God that you couldn't do as a lost person. Generally, like basically walk after the Spirit. And anything that you end up doing, walk after the Spirit that is flowing through you. None of these things you can do as a lost person. And Jesus said, mightier things than these things will be those that fall and do something like this. Okay. And you can think about what that entails. That Jesus was doing great things. And people are marveling at his walk of water, raising Lazarus. And he referred to very far that his followers are going to do greater things than these. Okay. Which he's not like being kind and lying and being like trying to hype them up. No, what to do. You can go, what does that entail to? maybe numbers of souls won by disciples of Christ. Contrast to how many in his earthly ministry, how many conversions he had. Maybe it's like, since then, all the Christians combined, since Christ ascended to heaven after his crucifixion, maybe it's more people that were saved by Christian holiness since then. Combined, his disciples have won more souls to the Lord with the gospel than he won by his preaching and being who he was and talking what's going to happen to him and everything else teaching, everything else doing. That's the point. We don't have to get too far with that. So I want to finish the point with like 35 minutes into this. So here's the point. Some people get caught up and things that sound crazy because unless I cover every detail, kind of. Because part of the thing is when they're hiding truth in plain view, like the daily view, I talk about that. And that's another way you teach on the same thing. A person gets saved, now they can see, they can discern, they can see things they can see before. And they can become persecuted. Like the matrix system going after Neo or the daily program we after him. When he gets taught and realized. After he becomes a person they can see. And that I can relate to that. It's like not dodging bullets. But I relate to after I got a Christian, I started having discernment, newfound discernment. I started seeing the truth. I became a knowledge of the truth after getting a Christian. See? After loose change, I remember finding that document online, and Richard Gage passed away. And now it's like I end up being into it and end up finding truth and be able to see it. So basically, I end up seeing more and learning more. And also, I had that intuitive stuff that started changing. I would have like kind of like more like a sense that maybe some things in my environment are toxic. Okay, and cut to now where I'm like, yeah, shampoo, I'm not having that anymore near me. Okay, software, I'm not using that. And kind of talking normal. And I had like a sense that walk around my house, that could be a Holy Spirit in my heart. That was I feel like it's like looking into the labels and stuff. So anyway, support. In the Matrix movie, it's a horror movie, so it's gonna be more glamorous and glitzy. It's a horror movie, a blockbuster. So it's still referencing real world stuff. So in the daily movie, it's not that if you're being stalked, the guy in the daily movie also symbolizes a Christian that gets saved and ends up being persecuted for walking with the Lord and becoming dangerous to deep set Christ to be. Okay, he has discernment, he can see the truth. The guy one that can see, he can see the truth of society. He discovers truth is hard to deceive. He figures out things. Maybe that could be like that type of guy we see now that was an inside job in real world. The daily guy with the glasses, whatever I can see. In real world application might be getting saved, and after getting saved you wake up and 9/11 being inside job as conspiracy. Like the government like to, like this an agenda to weaken everybody, and I'm rising up to it incrementally, and I'm gonna try to protect my body, which is temple with the goals and it's 6 years. Now, it's not gonna be perfect, okay? So if I used to, like in my life experience to that guy's life, it's not, since that, every detail we learned about Mike is in that. Like, I'm not saying that I'm stalked by like reptilians or stuff like this, but it's like because of that he can see people and look. That's not what we're talking about. And I've recorded that before. The daily reptiles, skull people, they're symbolizing narcissistic predators of some people. Okay, not David Icke's meditation, he has basic things. No, when he's in the supermarket, he turns on the glass, he can see people look like reptilians or like something like this. That might equal that is, it symbolizes the predatory deep state psychopathic properties. They're reminiscent of an alligator or crocodile, a cold-blooded predatory snake or something like this, a venomous one. And so do you understand? If you're looking at a flying monkey, a psychopathic predator, like a prostitute, you're looking at a corridor through which narcissistic abuse flows. What is psychopathic serial killers like? They're reminiscent of a cold-blooded reptilian alligator, like a snake or something like this. It's like on the prowl of the water hole, an alligator who's a cold-blooded cat waiting for the prey to show up, kills it, and it doesn't end up having guilty conscience. So in that way, it seems it's predatory, it's out to get people, it's over vigil fast, that was all along. It doesn't have guilty conscience about killing animals all the time. And it's not a sin to kill animals, but it is no perfect analogy. So here's the point. So a psychopathic serial killer human is similar to the animal, a crocodile, in spirit, kind of. Do you understand? The crocodile is not sinning when he can't get cells at the water hole. He's probably got to do that. But a psychopathic serial killer like Ted Bundy or something like this, he will be like a crocodile. He's like a predator out to get people, kills repeatedly, doesn't ever get the conscience. The crocodile is not like trying to fall asleep, have to get the conscience because he killed not get sent at the water to that. See? And a psychopath doesn't either. Another person gonna get blocked. A psychopath doesn't either. So my interpretation of that they live reptiles that sees puts on the glasses. Basically seeing the hidden nature, the predatory psychopathic deep state power leads that are operated by proxies like flying monkeys so called to go after them. Do you understand? Now, anyway, that's the point. Neither made this movie. Anything else? I hit you with the bulk of the argument there. He's a person who got saved. He was a Christian. So all the things I've learned in my journey with the Lord, some Christians can't relate because maybe you have a dead faith. Maybe you're not a Christian, a real one. Or maybe it's like, it shouldn't be so weird. It's like people sound crazy. Because I've had experiential walk with the Lord. I've had the Lord like illuminate my mind, I had epiphanies, aha moments, so it's like I feel like God opened my eyes to something. I've had miraculous prayer requests answered. I've, in a very real way, have seen the hand of God in my life. Okay? Maybe like that's a burn the bush and missions of this. But the same people say it will be like, we're praying that you will guide the Holy Spirit, will guide the pastor in what he was saying. It's like, what is he gonna have thoughts come into his mind and feelings? Okay? Yeah, I've had people see that when I talk about it's like how God has been guiding me experientially. And I feel like God is acting in my heart, He can put stuff in my heart, with my mind, and things like this. I've been experientially walking with the Lord. And they might try to go, Mike, this mysticism sounds like the burning the bosom or something like this. It's like, no. And the same people might have a sermon where they're going to bring out the pastor and like the chaplain or something like this prays. I would pray, God, that you'll give the guy the right words to say and like be with his tongue and help him to put the right words there. So how does that work if you're asking for it? It has to be some kind of mystical internal experience where the right thoughts will come to his mind or the feeling to start talking about this or something like this. Okay. They said that would be hypocrisy if you think, I want to talk about what he thinks the Lord can do. It's like that's burning the bosom. It's not burning the bosom. If I burn the bosom, maybe I have put too much shit in the stew. That's still. Okay. See, I got that jokes too. I got all kinds of jokes. I got jokes that were funny when I was a teenager. I got jokes that are bad jokes. So maybe if I had a burning the bosom or something more than burning the bosom mystery experience, maybe I had too much chili in yesterday's stew. Okay. so that's the point. So okay. So yeah, that's the point. I thank the Lord. Okay, the Lord is a mighty. Behold, He has a mighty and strong one. God has made it be a mighty and strong one. Contrary to baseline. See, and it's be able to pull some things off. Got a Jew say this Gentile, and we get some things done over here. So I credit God with that. I'm not like, oh yeah, it's compartmentalized. The Christian life is watching sermons and or when I'm reading the Bible, that's just a Christian life. And then when I'm away from that, it's like, oh yeah, now I'm just a secular person. No, it's like this part of life is like I'm alive, I'm seeing things, and I'm researching stuff, and the Lord is with me, and He can help me to understand things, and I'm researching some secular topic, understand? So that's the point. The reason I found out about vitamin C is because I believe God wanted to find out about it. And I'm here 36 now, I have the energy to tirelessly fight tyranny and reach the body of Christ with truth that they need, including not limited out crossing in health and born about the agenda to destroy the health. And been able to have the energy to live stream and get to know what Jew. And it is saying a lot, have the energy all I've been through to be very active online doing things. And I've been sharing the gospel with a few souls. I've been getting things now, making videos and this and that. Got a few souls saved. So I don't believe that would have been able, I would be able to pull off what I've done, had the same energy and influence if I had been sick and tired. Which I would have been if I didn't learn about vitamins. Vitamin C especially, primarily. Okay. And the only reason I say primarily is because it's not the secondary reason. Or the secondary. It's not secondarily. And it's not tertiary. but it is the main. Okay, it is the point. So it is the thing. So it is the thing. Yeah. So one of the things I've been doing consistently long term. Once I started taking vitamin C, I never looked back. I take multigram months personally, and when I talk about what I do, they don't. Are you hearing us saying you should too? No, I'm saying that here's what I do. So I take multigram months of regular vitamin C, so called. I buy vitamin C powder in bulk, kilo bags on Amazon. That's what I've been doing. Then I mix it into water, drink vitamin C water. And then the second form of vitamin C that I take, a different type form, is liposomal, liposome encapsulated, which is a gel. See? It's almost like a ketchup pack at McDonald's. So you tear it and then you squeeze it, and it's like a thick liquid, and it doesn't taste good. Some people might have problem with the taste. Well, a lot of things that taste like milkshakes are bad for your health, or ice cream, or lollipops, or for this. So unfortunately, a lot of things are like the tastiest, the most like entertaining eating experience, are the worst for you. Whereas a lot of things, the bitter medicine, a lot of things that are good for you, mutually exclusive. It's like if you focus on looking at food as a pleasure source, you're more likely to end up eating unhealthy. Too much. If you look into food for pleasure, you're more likely to eat more than you need to overeat, of the wrong type of stuff. See? Now, if you look at food as a nutrient delivery system, then it's something you have to do to survive, maintain life. And you're working to max out. Like I'm adding turmeric and ginger to my food, and black pepper and chili because it has capsaicin, turmeric has curcumin, ginger has gingerols, and black pepper contains piperine. So I'm adding a lot of anti-inflammation effect. Let's have some raw onions to give myself some curcumin. So I'm like maxing out the health level of my meals a lot of times. Now here's the thing: don't aim to like get your vitamin needs met from what you're eating alone. It's like you need to learn supplementation. Okay. Now if you're gonna eat anyway, might as well make it about as healthy as you can. So I learned a lot of things thanks to God. And two vitamins I take daily, they're non-negotiable. Which means if I had to stop buying other stuff, figure out ways to save money. It's like I need to be able to keep taking multigram of vitamin C and liposomal. This month I was cutting costs. I was taking less of some vitamins. I ordered less vitamins. Than I normally do. I ordered less vitamins than I normally do. Why? Because my budget was stricter this month. Because I had some expenses. So, they banned timber. Well, they didn't ban it. They put tariffs on it. So, gone are the good old days where Mike said I could be shopping like a billionaire. I get it straight from no middleman. Okay, shopping for gone are the days when I was able to shop like a billionaire, despite being poor AF, like chopped liver or something like this. It's like okay, it's like gone are the days where I could order. Okay, I could buy things that like usual. Okay, I could afford to buy things that I can't buy in Sweden. If I go to the supermarket and look for a thermos, maybe it's £2.99, like $29.99. Okay. Whereas on Tinder, this might have been $2.9 or $4.9 or something like this. So it's get a stainless steel thermos as a shaker bottle. I can use for coffee too. Cold and hot liquids. Let's say it's around $5. So that's in steel for something made up like a bed. So, okay. So it's a point. Okay. So now anyway, they put a tariff on it. So it's like I'm done ordering on TV. I'm not ordering TV anymore. It's not gonna be cheap anymore. You're gonna have to pay customs fees and VAT. So it's a lot of extra stuff. This got done. That's it. So where was I going with this? This is coconut milk. So what is in here? Water, filtered water, dog filter, pot filter. There's a B complex tablet in there, which is not just there to melt to put B complex vitamins. It's gonna take too long to dissolve. It might still be at the bottom as I finish the drink. It's added it's a solid organ bounce around there which has to mix it because it's not designed to be shaken bottle. So Here we go. Okay, this is my protein part. This is the meal prep. Get into meal prep segment. Now we're doing multi decoding and general speech output commentary. So this is meal prep. This is my stainless steel thermos shaker bottle. It has a B complex tablet and filtered water in there. This is the vegan protein powder, which I bought on Top Formula. We got them recently. Why did I buy vegan protein powder? Am I vegan? No. I'm not vegan, but my protein powder is. Okay. The reason I buy the vegan protein powder is because it's the only protein powder on the site. One-stop shopping, a lot of supplements that is up to my standards, I could call it. Okay. And Sweden, no chemical sweeteners, no sugar. Okay. And it's protein powder. So we start by adding a little bit of this. I'm a wing man, okay, I'm not a wing sound. It's like, you don't, I say, right, I don't measure things too much. So I cook, I feel like it's like some people might cook better by recipe. I cook better by intuition. Most of the things I do, because that's the way that I am, that is the way I do everything. But I'm get into a flow and not this. If I'm cooking, exercising, I don't do well with like rigidity. But if I do exercising, and sometimes I try and quickly give up on it. It's like, okay, structure, rigidity. Let's do like this combo, and then after that, knees, and then I go kicks. So it just doesn't work. So how I end up doing is in the flow. If I'm cooking, I don't go like this much. Like it's just a flow one. So this is the protein powder. What's the next ingredient? Not coconut milk yet. Not coconut milk yet. Because I don't know if the protein powder is more water soluble than fat soluble. So we'll put it in water first and then we'll throw some fat in the coconut. So whatever it is. Get some extra scapular tendonitis, subcutaneous contractions of the clavicular anterior frontal lobe flexor. Okay. Because I don't know if you can tell, but I've been studying remote learning. Mike Israel tells science-based training. Okay. And he said, if I sound like a genius, I must have to come to muscles and stuff. So, you know, it's science-based training. He's a PhD, he has a PhD. And he's talking all this world. So I didn't know. So I knew that the biceps and the triceps, okay. So it's like, okay, all this had like the scapular, post anterior, abductor muscles. Okay. I made a joke once. It was like I heard abductor muscles. It's like if you have the abductor muscles, they'd be like the muscles that you use if like a government agent kidnapping torpedoes. It's like a van shows how to pull the door. And it's like the muscles that are used to pull somebody into the van and close the door again. I guess that has a bit of the abductor muscles. Okay. So here we go. Okay, so here comes the coconut milk. This is the supermarket, ICA supermarket is the old brand where I was shopping. And they had the old line of products. Organic coffee. You better believe I'm gonna add some on the seeds or something. You also want to get a massive for the reinforcement or supplements. So what's more important from a certain perspective than what I'm eating is what I'm not eating. So I could, this meal is going to do the job once I get the bacon first. Whatever I eat. Maybe tuna, maybe cans and nectar, what might be part of the plastic. Oh, maybe a can of nectar with the sauce. A bag of nuts, maybe this meat, my base. It would be not a bad meal. If I would somehow work in 20-40 grams of sugar, all of a sudden it's a bad meal. Yeah, so next up, is the glass. This is ashwagandha. This is ashwagandha. I've been fed. This reminds me of what you said. He's got an earth again. That's the point. So I've been ranting and raving about it. And I stand by what I said. It's like this cholesterol, I see a scam. I feel like it's a scam, but it's a scam test. Okay. Now, I went and looked on his website. If you look at it. There is, well, it actually has some legit supplements that are not scam. Like ashwagandha. And it's some sleep supplement that has L-theanine, magnesium, this and that. So, yeah, I know how fitness. These are legit ingredients. Those are not scams. NAC, I remember that. Yeah, NAC is the water. NAC, okay? That's a legit supplement. NAC is not like a scam supplement that is like overhyped. Now, what he picks to like hype is the terkestrol. When I read the bang for your buck, raw, it's like he's going to buy supplements from Greg Bissett. If I had a budget to order supplements from Greg Bissett, I go for ashwagandha and NAC before I went for terkestrol. Because I know that NAC and ashwagandha are legit, okay? And listen to Greg Bissett talk about terkestrol. I simply don't believe that it's what it's cracked up to be, okay? And even if you show me some studies that I will try to feel the difference, well, I can notice the difference. It's not going to be as much money spent, health benefits, fitness benefits, whatever you're feeling, and improvement. It's not going to be as much value for your money as buying NAC or ashwagandha. So, on the top of ashwagandha is a supplement, it's a carbon supplement. Ashwagandha is an adaptogen. Adaptogens, well, the adaptogen ashwagandha lowers cortisol, the stress hormone. So one of many things that can make people have low testosterone is if you have to have cortisol. So if the average man, I believe, has a lot lower T than should have. One thing that can be one of many things that work to push down your testosterone levels is walking around with too much stress, cortisol. And ashwagandha can lower cortisol. So if you're dealing with stress and anxiety, maybe do your research, look into what ashwagandha may or may not be able to do for you. So, here we go. NAC, N-acetylcysteine, is an antioxidant, anti-inflammatory. That's not one. So, I gave him a fair shake, okay. I gave him a fair shake. Yeah. Also, Frank DeForno, I gave him a fair shake too. He's got a good multivitamin. Look at his website, multivitamin looks good. Okay. So anyway, here's the point. Ashwagandha. We're taking 3 capsules of ashwagandha. That sounds like the guy, Rich Piana. They've only doing 600 grams of bicycle. So it's like the royal we, okay? That'll be 3 capsules of ashwagandha. This is one of my favorite supplements. I used to buy magnesium hydroxide or chelated, 1 or 2 forms, and I found this on the same store, magnesium complex. that has 6 forms of magnesium in it. And then I go to the total amount. Magnesium per capsule, 375 milligrams of magnesium per capsule. And what type of forms? What forms of magnesium? I can't see it. Okay. So I might have to unbind it or something. So yeah, it's magnesium. Omega-3 fish oil, liquid gelatins. For when you feel like the skeleton's melt, which did I draw high, you have to get that smell, it's a little for. So liquid gelatins is omega-3 fish oil. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. The types of supplements that you take, not necessarily recommended for other people. Talk to a doctor. I'm not a doctor. Okay. Talk to a doctor before making a change to diet, lifestyle, supplementation, and or medication. Talk to a doctor before starting or stopping taking your supplements and medications. Give me pills. Okay, so 2 capsules. Omega-3 fish oil. I'm big on omega-3 fish oil. Okay. Now, ashwagandha. Okay. No, niacin. Another thing that might sound like people, sounds big. Niacin, aka vitamin B3. More precisely, niacinamide. There's different forms of niacin. Niacin hexanicotinate, which is the Swedish word for which is hexa. So, okay. Anyway, okay. Okay, the witch. Battalion fuego. That is the point. The Blair Witch Book. I don't really go to take that book and then see which that is the point. Niacin. The form that I take currently is I only take niacinamide. Okay. I have taken nicotinic acid, flash type acid before, which is part of it can give you circulation boost, vasodilation effect, enhance the circulation, it can help with the detox better. See, that's been part of my coaching, teaching people detoxification. It's something that you can take before exercising, for example. And if you get the flash, the nicotinic acid niacin, while sweating, that can help you to detox at a higher rate. Okay. Now, once again, you run everything you get is either by a doctor. I like to be cautious. Okay. So he's like, I'm not a doctor. Talk to a doctor before trying the things you may do or talk about doing this video. So. Now, and when I do this, it might sound like I'm really super dangerous, which I'm not intending. So here's the point. Niacinamide. I take high dose niacinamide. Niacinamide, okay, vitamin B3. That's another favorite supplement. Here's another supplement. Lactobacillus reuteri, plus D3 plus K2. So this month I saved money, tidying down the budget again. So I had before bought a supplement that's a probiotic supplement, and then D3 and K2. I found one that has at least a strain of probiotic material, and D3 and K2 the same one. So it did not think you're cutting costs. So, multi-enzyme is a digestive enzyme. And the digestive enzymes basically help to break down. Multi-enzyme complex is a supplement with mixed enzymes that breaks down carbohydrates fast and glucose. I'd like to take that back. And I'll read it before you eat. Oh, right. That's it. That's it. That's all, folks. Gonna finish up. But not before flex. So, yeah, that's the right shit. Some people, I've had this as a hater angle. It's like, they're the copium. People don't like that I have an ideal physique. And I'm sitting there. It's like, oh, but I don't like the shape. It's just like, it's not good enough. No, it's ideal. I have an ideal physique. I'm very happy. I have just a physique that I want. Like Mike, people be like, Mike doesn't know, he's not big, you're not super big. When do you hear me say I'm working to build muscle and get bigger or huger or go to 90 kilos or for this? My goal is to stay in the shape that I am. See? Like if anything, like the way that I'm exercising, I might end up gaining some muscle. Like almost inadvertently, with some exercise, like exercise. It's been a part of my life since a young man when I came to stop and myself exercising. So, I started doing push-ups, okay. I like to do the training. Sometimes it's like a week where I do only bicycles pretty much. And then I get to body weights. I haven't done body weight squats quite either, really seriously. And push-ups, I do that again. If I keep doing the push-ups in the way that I do the green form, my pecs, I think they call here, they might get thicker, which can help if I secure the security brush, jumping when I'm out these days, when they hit me with batons here, and I have a little bit of the muscle pack there to push the ball. There's a little bit of muscle pack. So, sounds like a jetpack sometimes. Lead athletic physique. Ideal. Yeah. It's the best one. The brand and like it, it's the best. And I'm still in shape that makes my wife follow me. And I really enjoy that. So that's part of the stream. Okay, I'll stay in shape. Where it's like sometimes we're head over heels with each other. Okay? And it's like we keep falling in love with each other over and over again. So sometimes I talk to her a bit about this. Yeah, I can tell she's organically sad. She's kind of moved by what I look like. Because she's a girl now. She's a boy, she's a girl. Then I have the same effect where sometimes I call her beautiful and see, oh, she look beautiful. And it's almost like I fall in love again. So I feel like we've fallen in love. I've been falling in love with my wife over and over and over and over again. It's the same experience. Sometimes I call her. And say we more church, I see it. So and I feel like I fall in love again. It was the major period falling in love when first time we took from love. And then this micro falls in love over and over again. Well, that's the experience. Because all I see it, I feel like I fall in love with her. I feel in a good way and seeing her look good, and so I feel like I fall in love with her again. And she looks like she's faceless, and she likes my six pack, and she said she likes I'm handsome. Okay. So yeah, I'm intending to stay in shape, and I really like that. Okay, I really like that. I can be a man, and my wife is like, well, this guy's a young, handsome man, ripped with a six pack, and yeah, it's like, so I have an effect on her, make an impression, impact. And she, I like that. So it's like, I don't like it if I was a guy who's. You said when we met, and all of a sudden I'm like, I get out of shape and I have a dad, all of a sudden at 36. I kind of attracted to be ripped with a six pack and handsome. And there's after videos, I let myself go, start eating ice cream every day. And then I'm like fat and out of shape, and I'm 36. They'd be like, I understand. Okay, so yeah, I really like the effect I have on my wife. That she's actually she's like, you look good, and I have the same feeling when I see her. It's like I'm taken aback sometimes. It's like, wow, why do you have to make me fall in love with you again? Looking this good, understand? So, this lesson is not brought to you by Ultra CD One Labs. It's brought to you by me. Okay. Now a quick word from our sponsors. God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit. I could have made this lesson without them. So, Ultra C Labs of RMC is not a sponsorship, but if you're curious about what supplements I take long term and like to take, this is one of my favorite ones. Liposomal vitamin C. And it doesn't taste well. Remember, a lot of things that taste good are bad for you. A lot of things that taste bad or kind of meh or not, they're not good for you. Okay, so I used to make these OCD shakes, I call them now. Back when I was like a juicer, okay. Mike, are you juicing? Yeah. Like you wouldn't believe I used to be. That's a joke. So I had a blender, like a blender. I would make smoothies, juices, okay. And I make them OCD, which I try to really max it. I throw a lot of stuff in there, garlic, onions in the smoothie. It doesn't sound like it makes it tasty, but it makes it healthier. Garlic, onions, the turmeric, ginger, this and that, and it wouldn't end up tasting great necessarily. But it was maxed out on ingredients. So anyway, I'm gonna finish up. We made a super shake. The washing machine is finished, and here's my stainless steel. looks like I showed off a car. Okay, it's like I'm flexing up. It's like okay. It's like M3 creeps or what is it? Look like here's my stainless steel. When it's stainless steel. Thermos bottle, fresh off of tea, stuff. They can hold the lid open. Not the high life on the set. This is the example life. I don't have to buy a stainless steel. I have to buy a stainless steel thermos. Okay, we're living the high life now. We're really living it up on the set. So anyway, I gotta finish up. We'll see what I have for dinner. I can give you a brief glimpse of give you a brief glimpse of the food box here, in case you missed the unboxing. These are nuts, dry roasted peanuts, roasted. These are sausages, coconut milk, Mexican tomato sauce, butter chocolate, green lentils. So, okay, let's get rid of the video. Gotta put on extra shirt, it's getting cold.